Good morning out there, everybody. I'm your host, Alan. Appreciate you stopping by on the drive this morning as you get ready to head into work. Well, Angel Reese, she's right back at it with those comments. Megan Thee Stallion crying on the internet over Klay Thompson. Diego Pavia not getting drafted into the NFL. These and many more stories here this morning on The Drive. But first, ladies and gentlemen, the president, the failed assassination, the gunman has been identified as 37-year-old Cole Allen from California. This gunman, he left rhetoric before anti-Semitic comments towards his whole family, towards Donald Trump, as he tried to go to the White House, but his attempts to kill the president were definitely foiled. The president, after doing an interview, and the one thing I took away from it when the lady asked him, I think it was ABC or CBS, one of them asked him and read off some of the stuff that the guy was saying about he was a pedophile and all that. President Trump said that he was waiting for her to say that because they're just terrible. And he was talking about the media. That's just terrible. But this story right here is going to continue to grow. We're going to find out more about the suspect as we goes forward. And just remember, there are a lot of crazy people out there. And no matter who you are, you don't have the right to take somebody's life. Well, let's keep this thing rolling. Well, Angel Reese is right back in the news again, right back in the media again. Not for a recent trade to, Atlanta Dream, when she got traded out to them. No, that isn't what it's about. Angel Reese went on a podcast and was saying that when asked the question about what type of man would she date, and Angel Reese says that, well, a man can't really do nothing for her. And if a man is there for her, it's just something that, he's just a piece that she, basically saying a piece that she needs. And man, people are jumping in the comments and everywhere, and they're going crazy on Angel Reese. Even Stephen A. Smith tried to way in and tried to set her straight. A lot of comments are talking about Angel Reese is like a lot of black females out there who will go their whole lives hoping, pretending or acting like they don't need a man and they will be by themselves. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm just reporting out on what the comments are saying. And Angel Reese, this young lady right here seems to, it's never really about basketball. It's never really about basketball. It's about other stuff. It's about how she dresses, what she talks about. And if it does come up something about basketball, which is very little, it's about how she's being treated unfairly and being treated unjustly. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. She has a right to her own opinion. If she feels like she doesn't need a man, hell, I didn't even know Angel Reese liked boys. I thought she liked girls. That's just me. That's just me. But hey, man, like I said, she has a right to say whatever she wants to say. And if that young lady feels like that, man, then hey, man, that's her business, what she's doing. I don't put a lot of stock into none of the ladies in the WNBA. Nothing against them, because there are some great basketball players in the NBA, like Asia Wilson is a great player, and no disrespect to them, but I don't put a lot of stock into it. And when it comes to Angel Reese, I put like zero stock in it, man, because just like I said, it's never really about basketball. It's always about something else. So she's gonna continue to get that backlash. It's gonna continue to go on, and it's probably gonna get worse. And when the season, when she's not doing what she's supposed to do out there on the court, and she's getting those double doubles, getting her own rebounds, people are really gonna give it to her. Once again, Angel Reese says that she does not need a man. I hear you, Angel. You go ahead out there, young lady. Go ahead. Let's keep this thing rolling. Well, what goes around comes around. And karma didn't take long. It didn't take long for Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is crying on the internet about Klay Thompson and his alleged cheating on her. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you a regular guy out there and you see Megan Thee Stallion and you're blown away, but if you're a millionaire like Klay Thompson and you're around dime pieces all the time, I'm not talking about 5s and 6s and 7s. Every day you're around 10s all of the time. it becomes commonplace. It becomes commonplace for him, and you get used to things. And Megan Thee Stallion, I don't know, probably somebody done said something to, or you hit to him about, are you really a serious man? And then now you look up, and what is his name? Tory Lanez, that's his name for you youngsters out there. He's in jail right now, and what many feel like was all a bunch of bullcorn. It was all a bunch of bullcorn, and this dude is in jail. He's got stabbed up a bunch of times, and everybody's looking at Megan Thee Stallion saying that Megan Thee Stallion was lying all along, man. He was lying. She was lying all along. So she's crying on the internet. She's crying on the internet about him cheating on her. Klay Thompson, the future NBA Hall of Famer. The future NBA Hall of Famer. He's got these dime pieces. Man, he's flipping them off like they're nothing more than pennies. And you know about the penny. They're about to get rid of the penny. Yeah, they are, because the value of the penny isn't worth a cent. So I guess in Klay Thompson's defense, he doesn't feel like Megan Thee Stallion is worth more than a penny. Hey, we're going to keep this thing rolling. But before we keep it rolling, I'm going to need you to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to need you to hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate all my subscribers out there sticking with me. And joining into the show every single day. As you seen last weekend, we had a good show with the young kids out there at Jasper High School, the young Pee Wee football team. The young Pee Wee 7-on-7 kids out there playing, and it was great. But once again, these videos are brought to you by none other than me, Alan, here at D9J Sports, where we train some of the top quarterbacks, not just in the state of Texas, but in all of America. And on that note, quarterback Diego Pavia came in second place for the Heisman. And ladies and gentlemen, he didn't even get picked in the NFL. That's right. The National Football League draft came around and Diego Pavia did not get picked. There are many out there saying that he won't even sign as a free agent. What does that tell you? Man, you never can tell about what's going to happen and what the future holds. What the future holds. I think there's been only 3 quarterbacks that I think that have come up that close to winning the Heisman Trophy that didn't get drafted. I don't want to say the names, but I think there's 3 that didn't get drafted, and Diego Pavia joins that list. He actually joins the list to make the 3rd person. Now, Diego Pavia is an undersized kid, but is that right for Diego Pavia to not get drafted into the NFL? When you look around and see some of the players that are getting drafted into the NFL or some of the players that play in the NFL right now, I don't know, man. I mean, it's not mean to say whether he is it. I guess he didn't. You seen what happened last season to Shedeur Sanders and how he fell down in the draft. And we know that Shedeur Sanders probably was a better player than Diego Pavia. But then again, Diego Pavia was playing in the SEC and he was producing week after week after week. Now, I would tell you that maybe he bit off more than he could chew, or maybe he cashed his check before he even got the job. With all his rhetoric and all his antics, and the NFL probably didn't want none of that around their organization or nothing like that. So, hey, hope somebody comes along and signs a young man. But I'm telling you, it isn't the end. It isn't the end. On a show I told you a couple of days ago, there are a lot of opportunities out there for the young football players out there. Hey, man, what about the USFL, SFL, XFL? Make a statement there. I'm sure you can get into there, make a statement, go to Canadian League football or something. I'm sure it's going to be one of them, but I would probably be willing to bet some National Football League is going to take a chance on the young man, get him in camp and see what happens. Now, on the other side of it, some people get their things get their blessings in a different way. Hey, there have been a lot of college football players that haven't been getting a NIL deal, and Diego Pavia has been making millions already. He's already been making millions of dollars already for Vanderbilt. So he should have enough money right now to get himself going to where he needs it. Let's just be honest. You got $1 million? Have you made $1 million over the last year or two? No, you haven't. Probably haven't made $1 million in your whole lifetime of working. But this young man has already been getting it. And remember out there, players, it's about getting that bag, man, when you're in college. So this should be an example to you right now If you're a football player, whatever you play sports and you're in college right now, you need to do everything that you can to put yourself in the best place to get the best NIL deal, or hell, just get a NIL deal so you can have some type of a foundation already. But the number one key is making sure that you don't get convoluted and not convoluted. That's not the word. Make sure that you don't get delusional and think that you're going to go to the National Football League. You need to get that degree. Because you don't hear the word student athlete anymore, but I'm here to tell you, for all of those young players out there who don't get drafted, then you know what I'm talking about. You need to get that degree. And just let's be honest, Diego Pavia isn't the only kid that dreams and hopes and aspirations to play in the NFL has abruptly come to an end. They've abruptly come to an end. So the mental state of an athlete, when you don't make it to the next level and you've been working since you was 5, 6, 7, all the way up, and then that dream comes to an end, is definitely something that is hard to deal with, and you need a good circle of people that are around you to make sure that you're okay. But once again, you need to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. First, getting that education and having that degree so you can continue to prosper in life. So let's keep this thing rolling. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to report out on Floyd Money Mayweather, my favorite boxer of all time. I think he's the greatest boxer of all time. And more reports, report after report, is coming out that the great, the GOAT, the legend himself is so far behind in everything from taxes and everything else until he's become the laughing stock of the sports world. He's become the laughing stock of the sports world. But I'm here to tell you, people do not feel sympathy for Floyd Mayweather because of how flashy he was with his money. Reports coming out, he sold his plane. He owes a lot of people a lot of money. He owes people at his gym that he didn't pay. So whatever Floyd was doing with his money, living that lavish lifestyle, you know that you have to have that money coming in. But Floyd Money Mayweather, man, do I feel sorry for him? No. I don't feel sorry for him, because to make that amount of money, man, it's really hard to imagine that he could make that amount of money and spend it. So what will happen? Will Floyd Money Mayweather get back into the ring just for the money? We're about to find out if that's what Money Mayweather is gonna do. Well, hey, I had an incredible weekend this weekend. You know, I went out to a local event, and I done a story. If you look back, done a story on 7-on-7 football. And I've never been a big proponent of 7-on-7 football because I'm old school. And we used to get out and we didn't call it 7-on-7. We would play just touch football or whatever, and may end up in some tackle football as we grew up. But 7-on-7 is definitely springing off, not just in Texas, but all over the world. But the reason I want to tell you about it is because I saw a young man out there several young kids out there that were exceptional players, that were doing a great job. And I loved every single minute of it. And these kids from Beaumont, Texas. And I tell you what, I will come back. I don't know if I got time right now to tell you the young kid's name, but he's a quarterback for one of the teams. And this kid was only 10 years old, man. He was 10 years old, and he was doing his thing out there, and he looked the part. So go back and check out my video, 4-9 versus 936, Brawl for It All, and the youth leader Steve-O Woods here in Jasper, Texas. He was doing a great job with those kids. So go back and check that video out, if you will, and you will see those kids. I don't want to mention their name because I talked to their parents a couple of days ago, but I don't know if I want to put them out here before speaking to her about putting his name out in a different light. So I want you to go back and check out the video and you will be able to see his name. And I'm sure I will talk to his parents in the next couple of days. And if so, I will come back on another show and I will tell you exactly who this young man is. And if you watch the video, you're going to automatically know. He's a left-hander. He's 10 years old. And man, he could spin that pill, man. He could spin that pill. And it was an incredible weekend, incredible day for me to see those youngsters out there. So the sky's the limit for all you youngsters out there. Continue to keep the work up. Well, on our way out, I'm going to tell you, things are going to shape up for everybody all around the country. Just remember, we still got the war that's going on, and hopefully it will come to hopefully it will come to an abrupt end. I don't know if it will. I very highly seriously doubt it's going to come to an abrupt end. But we definitely do not want to forget about the troops out there, because they're doing everything they can do to continue to protect all of us as we go about our daily lives. On my way out, Megan Thee Stallion crying over Klay Thompson. Diego Pavia didn't get drafted at all. And Angel Reese making comments about men. This is Allen, D9JSports. Be careful out there. And ladies, when you get to the office, don't pay her any attention. She's not her. It's all about you. I'm definitely O-U-T.